Alright, so some of you guys might be pretty familiar with the whole Chris Watts situation. I think it's had a fair amount of buzz. I just want to pull some cards for some entertainment purposes, to try to get some tea. And just, I guess, let us speculate on what the energy is saying. Now, I pulled 3 different decks out. I actually started these guys from the right side all the way to the left, then did the dice. And like what I see here is honestly kind of concerning because like I've always felt like something about this case just yeah, it's believable, but there are also some parts of it where I'm like, are you sure there's no involvement with this other girl? His little girlfriend or whatever. Because, like, when I look at the far right spread, that's kind of crazy. It's like talking about the financial woes if they choose to, like, pull themselves away from their responsibilities in how, like, they would like to be ideally independent once again. But that's not without its sacrifices, which I'm just like, woo child. And then 10 of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck, that's like they know there was so much to be half down the middle or so much to be lost. When you look at the dice, it's Aries and the moon, 10th house. It's just knowing that he would have to walk away from basically his life's accumulations. You know what I mean? Everything that he's had up into that point. Like, it would basically all just walk away from him and he would have a lot less if he started over. Then you look at these Golden Rider-Waite cards, and that's telling more of the story. Understanding that really there was no winning in that situation if he had went forward the traditional way of trying to break apart that situation. When you look at the bottom half of that, that's just pointing to him making bad decisions because ultimately he thought it would be better than the latter. You know what I mean? And I guess in some twisted ways, he is more taken care of now than he would have been out there starting over. So, I mean, that's kind of twisted. But when you look at the dice, Sun in the 12th house with Taurus, it's like understanding what it means to really, like, bring that cycle to a close and then have everybody judge that as well. Whew. And I just feel like it was definitely a money matter. The bottom of the deck in that is Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. And I'm just like, well, like, once again, he knows that she would have got so much out of that divorce. Which, I mean, is that even... I mean, we know what the status quo of family court cases looks like. So in some ways, I could kind of understand his fear. But I mean, his reaction is completely irrational, to say the least. Okay, now here's where the real tea is, though. A new way to balance the scales and expand one's life. 10th house Libra with Jupiter on the dice roll. That's literally just creeping me out because it's saying weigh the pros and the cons and see how it is that you can get the most out of the situation. But I can't help but feel that, like, really strong feminine pull, which makes me think about the girlfriend. It says deception, perspective, fulfillment, dreams, despair, resilience, the moon, isolation, and determination. It sounds like something will be done. The repercussions will obviously have to ensue, but at the same time, I really feel like if they stay chummy, the ex-girlfriend or whatever that was the mistress in Chris Watts, Wu Child, sums up. They were in it together. Now, that's the thing, though. I feel like there even could have been more involvement in terms of the girlfriend. But, I mean, if you've looked at some of the case filing stuff, it seemed like they just were not interested in even looking her way in terms of being possibly guilty. So it's just weird to me. I feel like this is saying a lot. Whew, it's saying a lot. And I think it's so telling when you look at that last bottom of the deck. This is destitution. It's like they just didn't want to start over with nothing. And I mean, regardless, that's kind of what they ended up doing anyway. Because you know how karma works. You can't really cheat the system. But all of this is so intense. Like the way I look at it, from what I can see, is yeah, money was the major driving force in all of this. If it could have been a clean break without him fearing losing more than his fair share, I think he wouldn't have reacted as crazy as he did. But I think he also understood with that many kids, like, you weren't gonna get off scot-free, buddy. You really weren't. Ugh. And then that left side just makes me feel like the girlfriend definitely had, I don't want to say she had something to do with it, but she was definitely planting some seeds. That's all I'm going to say. And they were definitely getting watered. Whew. I hope that gives y'all clarity, but this shit is fucking crazy. Like, let me know what y'all think inside the comments, because I have my doubts. I really do. I think I know what's up. I think I know in my gut. But there's a little more to the story, but that's neither here nor there. It is just for entertainment purposes. Lord. Oh, I gotta go. My damn crown is hurting. Okay, bye, y'all.